You're back? Yeah, they always come back. Welcome to another spicy episode of the Ladies Pitch Podcast. Sit back, relax, and let the ladies do all the work. Here are your hosts, Haydee Baby and Dory.
Is it Stacy? Is it Becky? Is it Keisha? What's up, guys? Welcome to another episode of the Ladies Pitch Podcast. I am Haydee Baby, also known as your favorite mommy on these pod streets. What is going on? Welcome. Grab a drink, have a seat, kick back your feet, enjoy yourself. We're going to be here for approximately 30 minutes with the shits. If you are new here, welcome. I hope that you are with the shits. And if you are an avid listener, thank you for joining me once again. If you guys have not recognized that song that I was just bopping to in the beginning, that's that song that got a little bit of crack sprinkled in it. You know what I'm saying? Nokia by Drake and P&D. I love that freaking song. Like, I can't get it out of my head. The crazy thing is that when I first heard it, I was a little iffy about it. I was like, it's giving techno, it's giving like do, like very 80s. After a few times, I fell and I was like, damn, I kind of like it. It's kind of catchy. I'm kind of vibing to it. And I love it now. I can't get it out. It's gone triple platinum in my home. Nokia has gone triple platinum certified in my house because I cannot stop playing it. I play it in the shower. I'm playing it while I'm getting ready for work. Like, I like the album. I'm not a huge fan of it, even though I am a Party Next Door fan. And if you guys know me very well, I'm very much a Drake fan. Yeah, it has a few good tracks. It has some tracks that, I feel vibey to it. I feel good vibey, sexy, you know what I'm saying, kind of vibe to it. That song in particular. There's one more, Mothballs. My God, like, I love those songs so much. Drake can do no wrong in my eyes, even though, he had to take an L in 2024. But that's still my babe. I'm riding out with you, baby. I'm riding out. I hope you guys are all doing well. I am doing fabulous. I've had a great week. Per usual, work, the usual stuff that always, daily life, adulting, because adulting is ghetto. I'm sick of it. I should have been born into a rich family, but no, I'm here working 40 hours a week. You know what I'm saying? Trying to maintain, trying to rise above, head above water. I'm sure you guys can all relate. I want to thank you guys for the last episode. Per usual, I always want to thank you guys every single week, because I sometimes think to myself, like, who's listening to my nonsense? You know what I'm saying? Like, who's listening to me rant and rave about stupid shit sometimes? But I'm glad that I'm able to make somebody's day when I do drop an episode. So that always inspires me to continue going and continue creating content and dropping episodes each week. You know what I mean? So shout outs to you guys, the listeners. Yeah, so I've had a great week. I'm starting to feel the warm weather coming on, and my body just doesn't know how to act. As soon as it starts defrosting and I start feeling my hips feeling a little looser, you know what I mean? And my body just feeling a little looser, that's how I know the warm weather's coming, because it's getting ready to perrear. You know what I mean? That's what it's getting ready for. So slowly but surely, my body is getting ready for the warm weather. I feel it coming. And I know you guys also, you know what I'm saying? You guys are looking forward to the warm weather, because listen, the winter months don't cause nothing but depression. I don't know about y'all, but I be suffering from seasonal depression, and this cold weather just be putting me, I be out of commission. Like, you ain't gonna hear from me. So before we get into the shits, make sure you like, subscribe, share, review the podcast on all streaming platforms. You can find Ladies Pitch Podcast on Instagram at Ladies Pitch, and on YouTube, our handle is at Ladies Pitch. So please drop a review, drop a comment, rate it, subscribe on your favorite streaming platform, and keep us in the algorithm, keep it going. All right. First thing I want to get into, speaking of not picking up calls, I jotted this one down because, Apple, I'm over you sometimes, because it's bad enough that when you break up with someone, you want to get rid of the memories, but Apple refuses to let you move on because it will just randomly send you like a picture or something in the memory. And you're like, damn, I was happy at some point with this person. And it ruins your day. And then you're sad. You're having a depressed day thanks to Apple. Apple is going to be having an iOS feature. I don't know how true this is. This could have been something fabricated by the internet, but nonetheless, I wouldn't be surprised. You know what I mean? So apparently, Apple's going to be dropping an iOS feature where only the caller can hang up. So basically, if you call me and I pick up, then you're the only person that can disconnect the call. So I can't hang up the phone if I no longer want to speak to you because you called me. So you're the only one that can end the call. I don't like that because that's giving you a little bit too much control. Because what if I'm done talking? Maybe you're not done talking, but I'm done talking. So the call should end when I'm done talking, right? Because you called me. It doesn't go the other way around. Like you're done talking, so the call disconnects. No. And I'm going to tell y'all right now, right? You know how you avoid this? You don't pick up the phone. You see how easy that was? You see how you avoid all of that? Avoid complication and headaches? You don't pick up the phone because Apple also created a feature that's called D&D. It works wonders. And if you add no one on to the D&D bypass, no one gets through. Isn't that easy? It's so simple, right? Don't pick up the phone. Because why would you do that? The real ones in your life know that you don't pick up calls. So why would you do that? Why would you do that? See, that would not go well with my mom's. I would have to set a hard boundary. Mom, I'm going to tell you right now, when I'm ready to end this call, when I'm done, you're ending that call. We're not doing that. You're not going to keep me on this phone longer than I want to be. It's going to end when it needs to end, not a minute more. That's it. It's over. Because I feel like nowadays technology is making it so hard for people to have privacy. No? Is it me? Like, people feel so entitled to your attention and to have access to you because there are so many ways of getting in contact with you. There are so many ways of like getting you on the phone. For example, remember back in the day, Instagram was just an app for photos, mostly photographers. You know what I'm saying? Like people were taking pictures of their food, taking, pictures of scenery, things like that. It was mostly like an app for photographers. But no, here comes Zuckerberg, whatever his name is, Zuckerberg, and he added all these other features to Instagram. So now you've got, you can video call, you can voice note, you can even, there's even an option of you making like the messaging, if you're messaging someone, you can kind of make it like a vanish mode. Like you make it so easy for people to be super sneaky, right? Not only that, to like have access to you in ways or try to have access to you in ways that you're possibly not comfortable with. You know what I mean? Like every time they add some type of new feature to these apps, I shut it off. I go to the settings, I shut it off. On Instagram, I have my sleep mode. So after a certain time, all my notifications are shut off from Instagram. For the most part, there are times where I kind of just shut off the notifications anyway from Instagram. Like I don't want to receive any notifications from there. The only way I will see your DM is if I actively go into Instagram and I check. But other than that, I won't be able to see it. You know what I mean? It's just too much. It's too many different apps. And there are times like I just want to delete every single app or at least just kind of disconnect from them and deactivate them. And I feel like a good social media cleanse is needed at times. Don't get me wrong. And I have done it. Like I won't deactivate, but I won't be as active as I once was on there because the online weirdos are real. The weirdos are gonna find a way to DM you, to try to contact you, to send you a message. And it's just too much sometimes. I just be like, oh my God, like my message requests, ladies and fellas, I'm sure we got some creepy women too that slide in the DMs because we are not innocent. So I'm pretty sure that you guys get some crazy messages too. But my message requests at times, like on Twitter, aka X, are a bit much. I just be like, the amount of people looking for sugar babies, and it's all really just a scam. They're not really looking for sugar babies. They paint it really pretty. Like, I'm looking for a sugar baby. I'm willing some unrealistic number. I'm willing to pay $8,000 just for conversation. $8,000 a week. Sir, do you think I was born last night? You're gonna pay me $8,000 just to talk to you, and that's it. I don't have to give up the goods. I don't have to provide pictures, videos, nothing. I'm that good looking that you're gonna pay me $8,000 for my attention. So please, you know what I'm saying? But those are the things that you encounter. You encounter those scams. I recently had someone DM me on X and they were saying something. I have a GoFundMe, something about she has these twin babies that, need some type of surgery. I didn't get to like read it in depth, but unfortunately, because there have been so many scams online, it's hard to believe even the ones that seem truthful, like they're being honest and are just looking for someone to either repost or just for help. It makes it difficult because I'm a good person. I'm saying I'm a kind person. I want to help out any which way I can with whatever I can, but I've seen too many people fall victim to these scams, and I just listen. I ain't got it like that. I can't lose $100 to your scam. Like, I can't. You know what I'm saying? So unfortunately, I have to just keep it pushing. Like, I have to just keep scrolling and kind of ignore it because people, they'll get access to your bank account, to your credit cards, whatever, and then shoot, come on now, we ain't gonna do all that. And now banks, they give you a hard time to reimburse you your money. They're like, okay, you willingly gave permission for them to take the money or to send the money. You know what I'm saying? Like, we can't reimburse you that. We're not going to be liable for that. And it sucks, And like I said, I've known people that fell victim to shit like that, and just I can't do it. I can't do it. But aside from that, the weirdos are always going to be around on social media, and even the people that do know you, I just don't be wanting to give them that much access. I don't know if it's the 40-year-old in me now or it's the social battery in me. I don't know what it is. It sounds so horrible. I've heard people say, like, what you got a phone for? You might as well not have a phone. You might as well not have this. You might as well have that. Like, it's not that, it's not that I don't want to be bothered. I want to be able to control when I can be bothered. If that makes sense. I don't know. It just is what it is. And Apple, y'all need to cut it out. Y'all need to cut it off with shits. Ain't nobody gonna be having that feature on. That's not a cool feature. You need to have something else. I don't know what Apple can come up with that'll make it easier for us, because I feel like we are so spoiled. Technology has spoiled us with a lot of these things. It makes it easier, autocorrect, and I feel like nowadays kids are gonna have such a hard time spelling and reading because everything is autocorrect and shit like that. But I don't know. But what do you guys think? What is a feature that Apple could come up with that'll make it better for us as Apple users? I just thought about it. We should be allowed to exit group chats, even if the person has an Android. Because listen, I don't know about y'all, but I dead ass have a 360 deal with some of these group chats, these family group chats, because you got that one family member that has a green bubble and messes it up for all the Apple users in the group, because now we can't leave. We can't exit the group chat. We're stuck there for life. It's death row in this bitch. I want to leave this group chat. Like, why am I still here? Listen, my family group chat, I love ya. I love my family to death. I love them. But my family group chat is muted because there are days when, no lie, there are 100 and something messages. We not doing that. I love y'all. We not doing that. And the funny thing about it is that my mom, she already knows me. My mom, if it's like pertinent information that I need to know, she will call me or she will send me a message on the side. Like, listen, this and this is going on. Because she knows that I will never see that message. I'll go on days later and I'm not going back up. I'm not scrolling back up 100 and something messages to read all those messages and see, what I need to catch up on. I'm either going to read the last few or that's it. So if it's something that I need to know, my mom is gonna hit me up on the side. She's gonna let me know, like, listen, this is going on. You need to know about it because I know you're not going up there. I know you're not scrolling up and reading what your uncle said. So here's the message, relating the message to you now. And I'm, good looks, mom. You know what, mom? I knew I was your favorite because you're looking out for me. So I would have never known that. So yeah, shout out to my mom. Apple needs to come up with that feature. Forget the caller has to hang up the call. Forget that. We don't care about that. We should be allowed to exit these group chats because why am I in a 360 deal with my family group chat? Because my uncle decides that he wants to be an Android user. I want out. That's what you should work on. Fuck everything else. Work on that iOS feature. All right. I won't even take any credit for it. I won't take anything for it. Just make it happen. All right. So I had an interesting question by a good friend, and she wanted me to bring it onto the pod. And I'm just going to give you forewarning. If you do not want to hear about sex, if you do not want to hear me talk about some nasty sex stuff, then I'm going to give you 3 seconds to exit. Okay. So for those who have stayed, just know it's going to get a little spicy. It's going to get a little raunchy, which I'm pretty sure you love the Ladies Pitch podcast because of that. Right? All right. I had a friend of mine ask me, she was like, I guess she had seen it somewhere online, and she was like, Haydee, what does it mean to like talk a man through it? What does that mean? I was like, oh, you've never done that? You've never talked a man through, you know? She's like, nah, I don't know. She was like, oh, matter of fact, don't tell me. Take it to your podcast. I'ma listen, and I'll educate myself through, listening to what you say. Yeah, we could do that. All right. So talking a man through it, ladies, or even talking a woman through it, right? It's basically in the act of sex when, you can either be having sexual intercourse or you could just be pleasuring the person, right? Talking them through it. So basically, you're talking while you're pleasuring that other person, right? So let's just say, for example, you're jerking your man off, right? You're jerking him off and you're talking him through it. You're telling him, like, "Ooh, yeah, baby, that feels good, right? Look at that dick." That's talking him through it. So that's what my friend wanted to know. So if you're interested in doing that, my friends, if you're interested in doing that to your man, okay, that is another form of pleasure, which I'm sure he would enjoy, right? It's a little bit different than just the regular intercourse. It's part of foreplay. It's the foreplay leading up to the actual sex, right? You can do something sexy and you can, like, you can oil him up, right? You can oil him up. You can start off by, you can either, all right, so you can lay on the bed, right? Not lay on the bed, but you can sit up on the bed, back to the headboard, right? Rest your back. You can have him sit in front of you, right? His back towards you, leaning back on you. You can either, if you can, take both your arms and put them, underneath, kind of like, so you're in front of him. So you're in front of him. All right, so your hands are in front of him, and you can, I don't want to do the hand movements because I don't want to get banned from YouTube, but you get the gist of it, right? So as you're doing those hand movements, as you're pleasuring him, you can kind of just give him like positive affirmations, but sexual affirmations, right? You can, depending on what he likes, or even you don't know if he likes it, but you might find out in that moment that he does enjoy it and it does turn him on. You can tell him, like, how he's doing such a great job. Look at how excited he is. Look at how turned on you are by seeing him so turned on. You can tell him how hard it is. You can tell him how good it looks. Oh, how good he sounds moaning. His breathing sounds so sexy. That's an example of some of the things that you can tell him. And that's you talking him through it until he reaches his climax and he orgasms. So that's why they call it talking them through it. It's so funny, like, even just explaining it, because I want to show like hand movements, but I can't. Unfortunately, YouTube is a little strict on what I can do and what I can say. So I'll keep it clean. Hopefully, I kept it clean enough. But yeah, try it out, ladies. If you've never tried it out. For men, it's basically the same thing. It's just, man to woman or whatever. Yeah, a lot of men do it in the actual sex. You know what I'm saying? When you're actually having sex, they do it. A lot of times they're like, come for daddy, oh, good girl, oh, you like that, right? Look how wet your pussy is, and shit like that. Like us women, me personally, I enjoy that. I love that. Like, I want you to talk to me. I want you to tell me how much you're enjoying it, and I'm gonna talk to you and tell you how much I'm enjoying it. So those are just things that you can kind of just like elevate your sex life to the next level. If it's been kind of like bland or kind of vanilla and you want to spice it up a little bit, you want to get a little more kinky, a little more nasty, you can try doing that. Try to like talk each other through it. That's a good way of exploring each other's like bodies and finding out exactly what the other person likes, what they enjoy. You never know what you enjoy and what you like, what brings you pleasure until you actually try it. So I highly suggest it during foreplay, again, because in that way you're getting to know each other's bodies. And that's very important in a relationship. To me, sex is very up there in a relationship, like up there. And if it is for you as well, it's always important to try to find ways to spice it up. You know what I mean? Because the regular schmegula gets kind of boring after a while. And then you're just like, that's when people tend to like want to cheat or want to like, step outside of their relationship. So, I mean, for me, like I said, I'm always open to wanting to try new things. And, you know, what's the worst that can happen? I try it and I don't like it, never have to do it again. You know what I mean? So it doesn't hurt to try it. Let me know if you ladies try it with your man. Let me know how it goes for you. If you do want some other like positive sexual affirmations, you can DM me. I can DM you some of the things that I do like to say or that I would suggest for you to say that would turn your man on. Just let me know. I am here to help you ladies out. And friends, try it. Let me know. I want to know how it goes for you. Okay? Oh, just want to show y'all. Look at my little gifts. Isn't it so pretty? I got this as a gift. I love it so much. I was like, you know what? I'm going to wear it for my new episodes. So, for the visuals, because it's awesome. It actually looks a lot like the Drago Lo que me da la gana tattoo that I have on here. You can't see it right now, but I'll show it to you guys next time. It ironically looks a lot like it. So it looks like the sunrise, which is awesome because I love the sun, I love the beach, and I don't know, it just reminds me of the beach, the water, warm weather. I relate everything back to like Puerto Rico. So this is a beautiful gift. Thank you so much. I love it. Speaking of tattoos, funny, I wanted to bring this up. So I honestly don't even remember what I was listening to, but I was listening to something and they were talking about tattoos and how some guys don't like their girlfriends have like tattoos of like ex-boyfriends, either names or initials or something that symbolizes the relationship she had with her ex before him, right? And it's so funny because I have a tattoo still. It was actually my second tattoo, and it's a tattoo that I have right here. I don't know if you guys have ever seen it. It was my second tattoo. Listen, don't judge me. I did it in one of my ex sister-in-law's boyfriend's house. He was like doing tattoos from his house. It's janky. I hate it. I really do want to get it covered up because I dislike it so much. But it is Roman numerals 6/1/2004, and it represents the anniversary date that I had with my ex-boyfriend. So we have since broken up years ago, and I never got it covered up. And I actually do want to get it covered up because, yeah, like I said, it's janky. It looks terrible, and yeah, it's nothing to me now. You know what I mean? At the time, it was like something because I'm like, symbolizes my relationship, blah, 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 and I love them so much. Yeah. Now it's just, I just don't. I don't like it. And I actually have a flower, like a floral design on this arm. And I actually want to cover the Roman numeral date up, but I want to connect them. You know what I mean? Like I want to put something there that connects with like the floral tattoo that I have coming down my arm. But I don't know what to get. I don't know what I want to get. But like, does that really bother you? Like, if your significant other has a tattoo representing an ex that they were with, I don't know. How do y'all feel about that? Me personally, it depends what it is. If it's just like, I don't know, if it's like a flower or if it's like a lips, if it's the name, Oh no, I don't like that. I don't like that so much. Like, you gonna have to cover that up, baby. I don't know how I feel about that. I'm not gonna say that it's a deal breaker. It's not a deal breaker, but I think that eventually I'm gonna be like, depending where it's at too. Like if it's on the neck, if it's on the chest, if it's on his arm, like it's got a heart on it and all that shit. Like, nah, that person is part of your past. Like, you gotta cover that up. You gotta cover that up. I don't know how I feel about all of that. Cause then you gotta add my name too. If you got her name, you gotta have my name now too. Because I'm here now. So when we gonna get that done? We gonna be doing that soon, or what are we doing? You know what I mean? So I guess, for a person that has tattoos, and I'm pretty sure for a lot of you listeners that have a lot of tattoos, I guess the tattoos always represent something in your life, whether it's something that occurred to you, whether it's a person, whether it's a place, right? For the most part, my tattoos, a lot of them, I've gotten them in places that I visited, like, cities that I visited. And I've got Florida, I've got Texas, I've got Atlanta, of course, Jersey, Connecticut, New York, you know what I mean? So a lot of my tattoos are, in places that cities that I've visited. So that's what it represents for me. And I want to do that now. Like every time I visit a city, like I want to get a different tattoo. I think that's super dope. It's a story to tell behind it, right? But I don't know how I feel about the whole like name on a person. Imagine you dating a guy that has like 2 or 3 different women's names on him. Like, sir, come on now. I can understand one. You got 3, 4, you got all your baby mamas, an ex-girlfriend, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's too much. You cover that shit up. I don't want to see all of that. Like, cover some of that shit up. I gotta be seeing all these different ghosts of girlfriends past all over your body. Like, come on, son. I don't like that. I don't like that at all. You know? Gotta do something about that. You gotta do something about that. What's the fastest, you guys, what's the fastest you've ever gotten if you got a name or an initial or something tattooed on your body from an ex? What's the fastest that you've ever gotten something tattooed on you from an ex? Like, did it take you 2 months, 3 months? I think that we fail to realize that tattoos are really forever unless you get them removed. So like you're in the heat of the moment, you're so impulsive, you're so in love, so you think you are, and you get this tattoo and you're just like, I love this person, it's for me, we're gonna be together forever. Then doom, you guys break up, now you got this tattoo. Now you gotta cover it up with some shit you probably don't even like. You can't get it removed unless you're gonna pay for the tattoo removal, which is very expensive. Who wants to do that, right? Yeah, I don't know. Those are just thoughts. But I saw that somewhere. Not sure where I saw it, but yeah, just something that crossed my mind and I wanted to bring it on here. Yeah. So, guys, this wraps up this episode with your girl, Haydee Baby, Ladies Pitch. Make sure you guys, again, look for us on Instagram, follow us at Ladies Pitch, and make sure you subscribe to the YouTube channel at Ladies Pitch. We are Twitterless, we are Xless. We no longer have a Twitter or an X. So you will find us on Instagram and on YouTube and on your favorite streaming platform. So subscribe now, rate and review the podcast. Again, very important to keep us in the algorithm. All right. So till next week, this is your favorite mommy, Haydee Baby. I will see you on the next one.